American parents homeschool 3 doctors. Floridian crazy Judge Johnson strips the children naked and beats them and tortures them. Listen, please.
She's all, and they're trying to do first appearance right now. Can I help you?
Oh, yes. I was just reviewing a tape with Miss Johnson speaking with Sage and Christopher Cambron, and they were asking to go home, and they were saying they're being abused. And Judge Johnson said to them, I don't know when you're going to go home. It just seems a strange thing to say to the children. It seems very hurtful and malicious.
What else is she supposed to say to them? She don't know the answer to the question.
She knows by law within 30 days they need to be returned to the family.
That's not how it
And
works.
she had
Dependency court.
isolating the children is cruel and unusual punishment. The children said they were being abused. You should have returned them to the family. The doctor said the children should be returned to the family immediately.
The family is who was abusing them. You were abusing them. That's how all this.
No, there was no abuse
So don't
going
come
on.
with this crap
There was
anymore.
no
This
abuse.
is
I
how
don't
it's
watch your
here.
language. Yeah, she lied. There was no abuse. We homeschooled 3 doctors, no criminal record. So now they're going to lie. They'd abused the children. The children said they were being abused, and the judge just sat there and lied to the children, not knowing. Yeah, the judge said to the children, you will go home. I don't know when. I don't know when. See, now they're going to hide behind the phone. Did you see how they don't want to hear the crap? Did you hear the language on that stupid? That's the lady. The lady who said she doesn't want to hear the crap is a lady who was working with that other crooked state attorney. Who is that guy? Michael Osteen, and he was arrested for criminal. And he was charged, wasn't he? Found guilty. Conspiracy and crimes. This is what this lady you're hearing. This lady's voice. This is the lady who worked for Osteen, the crooked cokehead.
All other callers, please feel free to leave your name, number, and a
Listen to
description
this.
of what you're talking about.
They feel they can close a case when a judge breaks the law. You can't. You know, when a judge breaks the law, you cannot close a case. Don't accuse of anybody of abuse unless you have evidence. They have overwhelming evidence. Judge Johnson repeatedly abused those children. She burnt the children. She beat the children. She isolated the children. She's a sick, malicious, inbred pig. And don't think for a moment a judge or anyone can close a case when you maliciously attack people and commit so many crimes against the children and the parents. You beat all of them, you isolated them, you stripped them naked. You know, that'd be a good question. How many times did you actually look up the butt of the parents? Physically looked up the butt. Did you ever find anything? How many times did you ask them to pull out their genitals and pee for you? Did you ever find anything? No. To all these questions. There was no abuse. But your office just accused us of abuse. Can you show evidence of that or any statements or witnesses? Nobody to support it. Everybody said there was none. And Judge Johnson promised those children they will return home. And this malicious pig, inbred pig, Judge Johnson, known A.K.A. Ellison, had reckless abandoned those children. And now her assistant answers the phone and calls it crap. Yeah, it is a bunch of crap, what they did to the children. That's a lot of crap. What's her name?
Jamie Nesmith.
Jamie Nesmith is a crooked assistant that worked for Osteen that was convicted of conspiracy and crimes. The whole group of them are crooked. Department of Justice says they're number 1 for corruption in the United States of America. These people are child molesters. So they took the children, repeatedly molested them and beat them. And instead of admitting that, they're going to say, oh no, you guys, no, we homeschooled 3 doctors. No one has criminal records. No one has drugs in their system. You check that piss again and again. You know there's no drugs in the piss. But you ask to look up their ass, and you ask them to urine for you again and again. You sick, inbred pig, and you found nothing. Huh? Not a goddamn thing. But you continued to molest and beat those children. Like, you beat them, you burnt them, you slashed up their arms. They came to the rare visits covered in blood. It was all on tape, and you want to hide those tapes from the family? No, you're a cruel, wicked bitch.
The clerk's office employee will return your call.
Hey, you got the number?
Record your message after the tone. When you've finished, you can hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, this is Christopher. Oh, excuse me. Hi, this is Christopher Paul Cambron. I'm a probability analyst. I've called before you put the walls up, and also before the attack of that California man pleads not guilty. But my original call was that Brett Kavanaugh was concerned about his son crying, and we share that concern that our children are crying their hearts out. A half hour on the phone. The only thing a little girl can do on Thanksgiving. And cry to be home with their family. I mean, it's a tragic story, but I hope to get in detail. But then the calls kept coming to an understanding after this attack on you. It poses a question that I'd hope you'd help with. Where is the threshold which you would believe where it is legal for an American to say enough is enough and drag the leaders out and hang them? Now, it might seem like a wild idea or crazy or silly to you, but I think it's a serious issue. That what threshold does it take for it to be legal for an American citizen to say, hey, enough is enough. You're stripping children naked, raping them, molesting them, torturing them, and what is it? Kids are showing up bruised and burnt and cut up and beat up. And this is just looked at and it's okay for judges to do this? I know you're having a lot of corruption problems in Florida. But again, when is that threshold met? Right now they're saying the governor of Florida is the next Epstein, a child molester. You have a lot of child molesting throughout that state. A senator in the state saying, oh, it's a child prostitute when he was caught. That's a sex slave, Your Honor. So yes, please, Mr. Kavanaugh, I'd really love to have your interpretation of the threshold of what it takes for Americans to stand up and drag them all out and hang them by the neck. What is that threshold? I think America, that would be news to all of us, and educate us to what the Constitution actually means when all of the laws in the Founding Fathers' Constitution has been violated by judges in Florida. So this is a real important question, and as crime rises each year, you've done this to these children, this son and daughter of the American Revolution. Crime has rose. Mass shootings have rose. And still silence from the Supreme Court. Which you took time to think that a case of a little teenage girl needing to go to school, being suspended from school, can text what she wants, and you found that an important case to go over? But not a son and daughter of the American Revolution being stripped naked, isolated, and tortured? There's got to be an answer. Can you help me find that answer, Mr. Kavanaugh?